30. Alright, whatever. Cool, I'm good. Hey NC Prospectors, how you doing, bud? We're going to switch things up a little bit today, and we're going to hunt some nickels. We're going to be hunting for, of course, war nickels, buffalo nickels, and any nickels that are earlier than 1960. I tried to improve my picture a little bit today, so that's one minor adjustment that we made. Hopefully these nickels will go a lot quicker than the quarter search does. So let's begin and see what happens. So you had another win last night, NC Prospectors. Very nice, very nice. I myself was searching a box of dimes last night, and I had my best box ever. I had 6 silver dimes, 2 of which were actually mercury dimes, and it also had 2 foreign coins in it, which was pretty cool. Usually in a box of nickels we get at least 1 war nickel, and we've been hitting a lot of buffalo nickels. Not, when I say a lot, like maybe 1 or 2 buffalo nickels in a box, but it's still pretty cool to find that. Usually find a few Canadian nickels and you know, a decent amount of nickels from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Yo, Shane, my brother, thanks for helping me set up the picture. I think the picture looks a little better than yesterday. I was getting some feedback from family members, and they said your picture was kind of crappy, to put it mildly. Yeah, you know, that's the thing about hunting halves. It's you get excited when you get the box, and then you get like sad when you get skunked. But that's part of it, right? You gotta hunt them to find them. I have confidence that we're gonna find some goodies today. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put together a roll of nickels, a roll of dimes, a roll of quarters, a roll of 40%ers. I don't even think a roll of 90s is possible without buying them. I'm talking about finding these things. So I would have been off to a great start with my quarters, because I found 4 silver quarters in yesterday's box. Unfortunately, I only got to keep 1, but that's all right. One's better than none. So basically what I do when I search nickels, we'll call that a Jefferson head, right? I don't even look at them. I don't even look at Jefferson head nickels because, you know, unless it's a 2009, it's really not important to me, and even 2009s aren't that important to me. If I was doing a nickel box hunt, I would take a closer look at them, because usually people score a 2009 as a find. But I know there's some errors on the memorial building in the back, but I'm not interested in that stuff. We gotta change the live stream title for you, Mo. Why was the live stream title? I thought we did change that. Hey, Brian Jensen, how you doing, bud?
The live stream title says, hunting $500 quarters for silver W's and errors.
Ah, we changed that. I don't know why it says that. Can you go in on my phone and change that?
I have no idea. I think you have to do it on your end. I'm not too sure.
Alright, I'll take a look at it in 2 seconds. I thought I changed that. So we're in roll number 3. No finds yet. But sometimes boxes start off cold and then they heat up. And other times they start off hot and get cool. Very few boxes stay hot the entire box. But as you can see, this hunt is going to go quicker. We have a baseball game to go to tonight. Lakewood Blue Claws are playing minor league baseball, about 45 minutes from our house. It is supposed to rain, so I don't know if we're going to get the game in or not. But we'll see. It's always a good time going down there to the minor league games. 3 rolls, no finds. Let me just check something out, guys. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Be right back, guys. Nickels, Buffalo Nickels, and Vintage Nickels. All right, I think that fixes it. Let's see. All right, we're back. Raining all week. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. We need some rain here in northern Minnesota. It's gonna be a wet one for New Jersey for quite a while. Although they keep saying it's gonna rain all day, and we've really only got a sprinkle so far. So, you know, the weathermen are right 50% of the time, and yet they're still employed. We have a couple darker coins in this roll, so it should be interesting near the end of this roll and see what has. Let's see, when is the first find going to come? It's going to come. It's just a matter of when. So basically what I do, guys, by the way, is I roll up my finds from 1938 to 1959 by year and mint mark. So if you have a nickel album that you're putting together and you need a specific date, I probably have it. I'm gonna say I'm 99.9% sure that I have it. Here's the first find. I'll show off the finds in a little bit. It wasn't anything major. It was a 1956. This coin has potential. 1962. You kind of know which ones are older. I'll show you in a minute if you're new to nickel collecting. I'm going to show you the 1962. I got faked out by it, but I'll show you what it looks like. So let me, where was that? Where was it now? 1962. Okay, yeah. Let me go to the scope a minute and I'll show you what I was looking at. So when you see a nickel that kind of has that kind of color to it, it looks a little darker than most. It was a 1962. While I have the scope up, I might as well show you our first find was a 1956. Let's check it out for a mint mark. Nope, Philadelphia. So like I said, nothing special there. All right, I'm going back to the coin mat. And here we go. So what I think I'm going to do today, like the quarter hunt so far, is every once in a while, you know, if you guys hang out and chat and, you know, we're talking about different things, I'll reward you by doing a free roll. The only thing is I'll just add it to your wallet if you have one. If you don't have one, we'll start one up for you. You know, unless you really want like 1950s, I'm going to limit it to 1949 and below, because really, unless it's a 1950 nickel, it's not really worth anything. Ooh, dirty one. We're looking for those Buffalo nickels and we're looking for the war nickels. That's what you guys want in your roll. 1938 with a mint mark would be nice. A 1939 with a mint mark would be nice. And a 1950 would be nice. Also, what am I forgetting? There's also key dates. 1938D, 1938S, 1939D, 39S, and 50D. Those are the key dates we're looking for when it comes to nickels. And we have hit quite a few of those in the recent boxes, so it's possible we'll see them today too. Catch up with the chat in 2 seconds. Pretty slow box so far, but at least we're moving a little quicker, I feel, today. I did put up 2 shorts, guys, if you want to check out the shorts. The first one was with the quarter finds that we had yesterday. We had 4 silver quarters and 1 W quarter that we found in the hunt. And last night I had, I believe it was 6 silver dimes in a box, which was like unheard of, and 2 foreign coins. So that was a really cool box to go through, if I don't say so myself. And I discovered like a new way of searching dimes. I don't know if any of you search dimes, but usually like Jersey Silver Stacker and myself, because our eyes aren't as good as Bionic Bulls, we kind of like edge hunt the dimes, which, you know, probably most people do. But then what I do is I build a pile of them and then I just drop it, just like that. And if it's silver, it's going to make a different sound. And I tried it late last night to see, you know, to test my ears. I was doing it at like 1 in the morning, and it worked great. And it really saved a lot of time because I wasn't checking the dates on every single dime. Now, would I miss a 1996 W nickel W dime that way? Yeah, I would. But chances of finding that dime are not too high. So I'm willing to take that gamble. All right, let's see what's happening with the chat. Edge hint is the only way to do dimes. Yep. I won a BU 1950 nickel from Paul Spare Time. Yeah, that's a nice nickel to get from him. 64D. Do you check the 64 for mint mark doubling? I do not. And the reason why I don't, NC Prospector, is A, I don't know too much about doubling, and B, there's a ton of 1964s that I would be checking. I get a ton of 1964Ds, and yeah, it would just be way too much to use. I use a 6-inch diameter lighted magnifier. Yeah, that could work too. That could work too. I know the way I do it, my hands are constantly in the way of you guys probably seeing anything, but I don't know. I tried wearing glasses to try to help, and it was giving me a headache, so maybe it was the prescription that I had for the glasses. Maybe it was too strong or too weak. I'm not really sure, but I feel like doing it this way, I know I'm not going to miss anything. So if I'm like searching for somebody, you know, again, I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to find a 1964D just so I can show you guys. Maybe you can educate me about doubling on a 1964D. Here's a 1964. Is it a D though? It's not. It's a Philly. Can't see this one. Can't see that one. So we'll go to the scope a minute. It doesn't look like 19. What? 90 maybe. Either way, I'll just check real quick. No. Okay. Nothing important. Whoa, what happened there? There we go. So, all right, here we go. What is this here? Man, these nickels are like messed up. I gotta go to the scope again, guys. Sorry. $1941 and 1941 from Philly. So most of our finds today will be from Philly and Denver. We hardly ever get any S mint marks, but I do have a decent collection built over the years of nickels. So I have like complete rolls of almost like every year from like 1940 to 1950. 1959, that is. Putting together a nickel album, it's almost complete. When I say almost complete, from 1938 to 1959. I haven't put in like 60s and 70s and stuff like that because, I don't know, it just doesn't excite me. I like picturing what like nickels from 1938 were used for. You know, what did that get you? Did that get you entrance into a movie? Did that buy you dinner? I don't know. I wasn't around. I don't think dinner. Maybe a movie, though. Let's see what we got going on. Slow box so far. Slow box. Glad I was going to use this box to nickel hunt. I have a nickel hunt box battle coming up against Sir Benji next Thursday at 1 o'clock. I think he said he's going to have a video, you know, kind of like telling people about it, and we'll probably give prizes away after every like 10 rolls. Whoever loses the round has to put up the prize. Sir Benji lives in Michigan, so he gets a lot of Canadian nickels, And Canadian nickels are usually worth like 1 or 2 points depending on how you score things. So he's talking a big game, and I've seen some of his penny hunts, and he does get a lot of Canadian coins. I'm banking on the fact that I'm going to get some more nickels, and I'm going to get some Buffalo nickels. And the other day, we were searching the box, and Jersey Silver Stacker actually found a V-nickel. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It'll be a good time, though, because, of course, every time I live stream, and it's always CVS Pharmacy. Yeah, he found a, what was I saying, a vintage V-nickel. So that was pretty cool. So I'm banking on the fact that I'll get one of those. Not a V-nickel, a war nickel or a Buffalo nickel. Because usually those are worth big points. A V-nickel would be sweet, though. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Trying to catch up with chat. I did a bad job, I think, of keeping up with chat yesterday. Dad Spare Change, how you doing, bud? I use a Burlux overhead lamp with a magnifying lens that attaches to my desk. It really helps the eyes. So, Dad Spare Change, can you send me a picture of your setup? I have so many things that I've bought off Amazon. I do have some kind of clamping device that clamps onto my table. The problem is I'm using a fold-up table that you would buy, like, I guess, at Costco maybe. And the clamp barely fits around the table because the table's width is pretty wide. So it kind of like doesn't really stay put, and I'm afraid that it would come undone. Who else did I miss? Brian Jensen's. Okay, Brian Jensen. I'm looking for a 1950 D nickel for my son's album. I think I have one, Brian Jensen. After the stream, I can take a look, and maybe we could get together on something for that. I bought my lamp on Amazon. Yeah, and I can't even tell you how many things I bought off Amazon. And my wife's like, "You bought another thing? You bought another thing?" And still struggling with my setup. And like, I'm just jealous of like people who have like a really good setup. And some people have bought like professional like kits and good lighting and everything else, and other people have like basically like, I don't know, for lack of a better term, they just kind of like threw something together like with a couple pieces of wood and screws and whatever. I'm not really mechanical, so MacGyver I am not. But you know what? This is like a big step for me. Like just getting in front of the camera and showing off my finds, because I'm like kind of a quiet person. And here we go. Here's a find, 1948. I'll show that in. I guess we can go to the scope. Scope, I said. There we go. 1948. Flip it on over. Philly. So yeah, I'm kind of a private person, and I made a couple videos earlier on when I was on YouTube, and I showed my face. And I'll probably do it again, but for now, I'm just trying to get some content out there, trying to get up to 900 subscribers, making some shorts, trying to make some shorts every day, trying to live stream now that it's summertime. I have more time. So my plan is to go through as many coins as I can this summer before our vacation. And like I said, I want to fill up tubes. So I was going to banks yesterday, and I was like, listen, I want to open up a bank account with you guys, but the only way I'm going to open up a bank account is if you guys can get me boxes. Not one box a week. I want boxes. 3, 4, 5 boxes a week. Doesn't all have to be like quarters. It can be, a mix. I said, but you have to be able to get me $50. If you can't get me $50, I'm going to find a different bank. And, yeah, Maybe that was too aggressive because I didn't really set anything up yet. Banks are supposed to be getting back to me today. I have an appointment with one bank that I canceled because they were only going to get me 1 box a week, and they wanted $500 to open up the savings account. And I was like, a box of halves would be great, but I don't feel like tying up $500 to get 1 box. If you told me 2 or 3 boxes, fine. But they said 1 box. I said, nope, not good enough. So we shall see. My wife is so loud, I can hear her from upstairs. All right, so we have a couple finds, nothing really exciting yet, but that's all right. Hey, Bo Palmer, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. NC Prospector, you were the first one in today. Not that I made a list, but there's not too many people in chat, so I should be able to remember for a little bit. This roll is for you, bud. Let's see if we can add to your wallet. Again, when I'm searching rolls for people today, you are definitely, you know, if it's a war nickel, it's yours. If it's a buffalo nickel, it's yours. If it's a V nickel, it's yours. Short of that, anything that, you know, is from the 1940s, okay? 1950s, I'm not going to send them out because they're not even worth anything. Truth be told, nothing from the 40s is really worth anything either, unless it's a war nickel. If it's a 1950 nickel, I will send that out because that is a difficult grab. So just so we're clear on the rules for today. I'm curious, Dad Spare Change definitely searches a little differently than I do. With the, we'll call these again, just in case you weren't here before, we'll call those Jefferson heads, for lack of a better term. Do you search those coins for errors? At a bank, and they told them exactly what I was going to do. They said no problem, worked great for almost a year. Then they merged and said they were going to charge $45 a bag. Holy cow, man, $45 a bag. They smoking something? Yeah, close that account. You got that right. $45 a bag. I would have laughed. Mo Money, what is your email address, please? It is cool, COOLCOINZ 2014@gmail.com. Brian Jensen, if you could put that in the chat, or Jersey Silver Stacker, if you could put that in the chat. Bo Palmer, anybody? Cool Coins with a Z 2014@gmail.com. I know, I'll go to the coin scope in a minute, and I'll show you guys something that Pa's Spare Change probably knows about. But it does involve what's called a beehive error. I had actually saved a few, and then I guess I threw them back by accident. But I don't see anything in this roll, by the way, sorry. Let's go to the scope a minute so I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So if you turn over, well, I guess I should use a Jefferson head nickel. Doesn't matter. A Jefferson head nickel, right? And you look at the sides of the building, okay, on both sides. Right there, on both sides. Sometimes you'll see like a half a C basically of extra metal. If you go on eBay and I think the year was 2018 that you see it a lot on. 2015 and 2018, I think, were the years. But you can find it on almost any year that involves the Jefferson head. But yeah, you see like the extra metal on the sides of the Jefferson Memorial and Monticello. Why did I say Jefferson Memorial? You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, on the sides of the building, you see like extra metal on the sides. They call that a beehive era on eBay. Yes, that is my email address. coolcoins2014@gmail.com. Absolutely. Yep. Perfect. Not cool coins with an S. Cool coins with a Z. So it's a Z before the 2, not an S. No problem, NC. You know, we didn't strike it on this roll, but you know, the search isn't over yet. So maybe you'll get a second chance later on in this hunt. We're about 10 rolls in. Nothing really exciting to report yet, but the hunt is so young. So I do have a question for anyone who uses, what am I using? Am I using OBS Streamlabs, I think? How do you, thank you Dad Spare Change, I appreciate that. How do you, what I want to do next time I stream is I want to say I'll be streaming like a half hour from now, an hour from now. Like, how do I do that? Because like sometimes I go on and people have no idea. Here is a 1957. I'm not going to put that on the scope. A 1957D is what I just put to the side. But yeah, I want to be able to say, hey guys, I'm going on like in a half hour, or hey guys, I'm going on in an hour, because then like people have like some notice. Otherwise, like, you know, they may not be expecting me to go on. I go on and then I'm just more or less talking to myself or just a few awesome people like yourselves. The other thing that I have a question about is, like I said, I'm always going to be trying to get better at doing this. I think the picture's a little better. Oh, guys, sorry. I'm on CoinScope. There we go. Trying to get a little bit better, but there's a few things that I want to do. I think the picture's a little bit better today. I got more of like the coin mat in and whatever. So baby steps, baby steps. But I saw a cool thing on YouTube that said, like, you know, if you get a new subscriber, there's like a little like zombie monster that like goes across your screen, and then I'll be able to tell if I get a new subscriber or not. So that's one cool thing. I want to also be able to play some like background music. So that's something I'm interested in doing. And also I want to be able to put like a little like scroll along the bottom of the screen that says today's finds, and like, you know, if we find silver, I can put like silver. If we're doing like wheat pennies. Speaking of finds, here's a 1948 Denver. Yeah, to show off my finds. So silver, war nickels, oldest find of the hunt, you know, things like that. I want to be able to add that, but I don't know how to do that. So I got to watch, you know, more videos, you know, or in some cases, like Handy Andy once helped me out, and Pause Spare Time also once helped me out, but that was like many years ago. They set up a private 1953 Philly. They set up a private like tutorial with me, I guess would be the word I'm using. And they tried to walk me through it. But back then I was more or less just starting out, and I didn't have the patience or the time that I now have. So yeah, if anyone's willing to help me improve, I'm always willing to listen. I'm a teacher by trade, but a student of the game. I'm interested in a whole bunch of topics that I don't know about. Grading and stuff like that. I know nothing about that stuff. All right, so that's that roll. So we're having a few minor finds so far. I have put aside 6 finds so far out of about maybe 12 rolls. So one roll, one find every 2 rolls. Concerning background music, please don't use. Yeah, I know about that rule. I think YouTube has like free music though, right? So I didn't know enough not to use just any music or play music on my phone or something in the background. I knew that. 1957, both of you guys? That's cool. I'm 1967. I see a darker coin coming, so we'll see if that's anything to get excited about. It was not. It was just dirty. Dad, spare change. Do you ever box battle? I feel like he would whoop me. If you want to see some cool finds of, you know, what people are finding out there, go to Walker Magnet's Discord channel, and people like Dad Spare Change post their finds. And I've posted finds up there before too, but like, you can learn a lot by, again, I'm a visual learner, so by me looking at something, I can understand it better than by you just telling me about it. All right. Just need to learn about the technology in order. Yeah, see, that's the thing too, right? So apparently, like when you box battle someone, you need to send them like an invite, I guess, or some kind of link or something so that they can join you. So when I box battle this upcoming Thursday with Sir Benji, I'm gonna like inquire about how to do that. Do any of the things you wanted to do with OBS. Yep. YouTube has free music. Yep. Yeah. So I used to box battle with Cherie Ward. I went up against her. I'm trying to think of people I've box battled. I think I box battled against Sir Benji once before. Handy Andy was involved in that as well. I don't think I've lost yet. I think Legit and I just did like one here at the house. Jersey Silver Stacker, rather. Changed his name. We once box battled, but we did it here at the house, so we didn't make a video of it. I like doing it because, you know, like in Sir Benji's case, he has more subscribers than me, but that's not why I want to box battle him. The reason why I want to box battle him is he gets a different audience. So, you know, maybe some of his people will come over and check out my stuff, and maybe some of the people that check out my videos will go over and check out his stuff. That's the way YouTube is supposed to work. You know, there's plenty of subscribers for all of us. And now that YouTube has changed their qualifications to get monetized, you know, what do you need? You need like 500 subscribers? I have that. I don't have the watch hours. I don't have close to the watch hours, but that's never been a goal of mine to get monetized. My goal is simply to, you know, show you guys what I'm doing. And if you have interest, great. If you don't have interest, that's cool. There's plenty of other people out there who do a better job than me. I understand that. I'll still come check you out. Don't worry. I check out. I think I have over 250 saved channels on YouTube, and I try to rotate people in and out. So if I haven't been on your channel recently, stay tuned because I'll probably be on it soon enough. The new rule for reminders is a joke. Stay at 1K, 3K to watch hours. Yeah, 3,000 watch hours is a lot of time. That is a lot of time. You know, you see some people, and hey, this is not a shot at some people, so don't read into what I'm saying. But you see some people, and who knows, maybe I'll be one of those people this summer, that live stream like every day. And I'm not talking about like for, you know, a couple hours. They're on for like 8 hours a day. And you know what? If they're retired, or even if they're not retired and that's how they make their money, more power to them. I just think like it happens to be a very rainy week here in New Jersey. If it was 90 degrees, I'd be in my pool. You know, I'd be doing something outside. But the weather's been kind of crappy, so I make use of my time and go on YouTube. Plus, I'm excited about doing this. I've never done this by myself. Today's only the second day that I've done it by myself. Technically, my younger son did help me a little bit, set up the picture a little bit today, and do a little bit of the, you know, setup for the stream. But yesterday was all me, and I felt pretty good. I know it wasn't that exciting of a stream, maybe, but it was still pretty cool to do it by myself. Let's go to the scope a minute, guys. $19.40. Okay, I couldn't tell if it was a 0 or a 9. Flip it over. Philly. Okay, back to the coin mat. Yeah, so another thing that I wanted to discuss with people. Do you think, and again, my primary goal of collecting coins is to collect them for myself and my 2 sons, to make books for them and what have you. But I do have a lot of nickels from the 40s and 50s that I have rolled up by year-end mint mark. Do you think that anyone would be interested in trading or buying them at $4 a roll? You know, I would probably put a minimum, you know, purchase of like 5 rolls or something, because to ship 1 roll would cost like another $4, but whatever. I have nickels from 1940 to 1959 basically, and I'm getting very close to finishing the 1938s and 1939s, a complete roll. So my thought was that if someone was putting a coin album together, they would have 40 nickels to go through from each year and mint mark and be able to pick out the best one or the best 2, or, you know, however many they need. Whereas I think it would be a pretty cheap way to like do upgrades to your coin album. But I don't know if anyone would be interested in purchasing or donating, whatever word you want to use. 1946, Philly. Purchasing, trading, donating, whatever word you want to use. I'm open to all suggestions. Also, I think I mentioned this a few times yesterday, but I have a variety of things in my collection. I go from wheat pennies all the way up to 90% half dollars. I have silver certificates, I have star notes, I have silver rounds. I have a little bit of everything. And sometimes, like, you know, you might be short on dimes, or you might be short on silver quarters, whatever. And you're like, oh wow, I gotta go to the LCS and pick some up. I'm always open for trades, guys. Just shoot me an email, say, hey, you know, I could use a tube of war nickels, I could use a tube of silver dimes. This is what I have to trade. This, or if you want to, you know, work out a purchase, that's fine as well. But trades work, purchases work. 56 Philly. One thing that I told myself I'm not going to do, because I think enough people do it already. 57 Philly, 48 Philly. I'm not going to get into playing like games, you know, running like games on my channel. I think enough people do that on YouTube. Jersey Silver Stacker does that and does a pretty good job of that, actually, I think. Not just saying that because he's my son. I think that he usually has some pretty cool prizes. But yeah, enough people do that, so I'm not really interested in doing that part of it. I do love wheat pennies, and I probably have close to 2,000 wheat pennies in my collection, and I roll them up by year and mint mark. And but like if someone wants to unload a bunch of wheat pennies at a decent price, I'd be interested in that too. I do like auctions, you know. So who was it? I want to say Spokane something, Spokane Silver, something like that. I don't know. You could probably find his channel on YouTube. He emailed me last night, and he said he's going to be doing an auction this Saturday. And I found Spokane Silver Stacker. There you go. He said he's going to be doing an auction Saturday afternoon, which kind of stinks for me because I have a concert this Saturday. But he did say he was going to be running an auction this Saturday, and I have found that when it comes to YouTube anyway, his prices seem pretty reasonable. Other people on YouTube, not mentioning any names, they get some insane prices for their silver rounds, and more power to them, but I just don't see it. That, you know, they'll be putting up like a maple leaf and it'll go for like $40. I don't know why anyone would spend $40 on a maple leaf. But if you have the money and that's what you want, go for it. All right, next roll is going to be for someone in chat. And if I find something in your roll, I don't know, say like a 1947 out of Philly, which basically has no value. If you want to add it to like the end of stream, if we do an end of stream, that's cool. If you say, no, hey, you know, you said I could get anything from the 40s and 30s, Buffalo nickel, war nickel, etc., etc. If you want it, I send it to you, I guess, but it's not worth it. You know, what's it worth? 10 cents? As with anything coin related, it all comes down to condition, right? If it's not a BU nickel and it's just a circulated nickel from the 40s, unless it's a war nickel, it's not really worth that much. Okay, so Dad Spare Change has been with us for a little while. Bo Palmer's been with us for a little bit. Who else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing someone. Brian Jensen was with us he's been with us for a while. NC Prospector, I did, right? I'm just scrolling up as far as I can go. It looks like to me that Brian Jensen would be the next person. So, Brian Jensen, this one's for you, buddy. Celebrating 3,000. You know, true. Thank you for bringing that up, Dad Spare Change. I have a lot of respect for Pa Spare Time. I really do. Like I said, he took one evening. He probably tried to help me for 3 hours to try to get me to live stream for the very first time. I mean, he had incredible patience because my technical skills are like zero. And he was very patient with me, and I appreciate that. And he's had some tremendous live streams, given away tremendous prizes, has donated prizes to other channels. So very, very nice guy, very charitable guy. But like someone that big, I probably won't even watch it because it's just the stream, the chat rather, it goes like 100 miles per hour. It just gives me kind of a headache like watching it all. I can appreciate his accomplishment, you know, 3,000 subscribers. I mean, I'm trying to get up to 900. So 3,000, he deserves every subscriber he has. But he has become a little too big for me to watch. Sometimes I pop in just for a little bit, but the other thing which, you know, again, I don't know, maybe it's me. I'm going to say it's me. I'm going to say it's the jealous part of me. Is that when a big channel like, you know, Pa's Spare Time does a live stream, he gets like, you know, 8 boxes, 10 boxes or whatever. And he's like, this is the, you know, 50th, you know, stream in a row where we found silver. If you search 10 boxes, you probably will find silver. So that to me is like, all right, it's nice that you can afford that much, and it's nice that you have the time to search that many, and Hudson's a great kid, you know, and I can appreciate the time that he spends with his grandson and all, because those are memories. You can't put a price on memories. But like, I don't know, I'm more into the person who has like 1 or 2 boxes and just searches those boxes, and this is the 3rd week in a row that we have silver. That to me is more of an accomplishment because, you know, the chances of getting skunked are pretty high out there. So, I don't know, it's just me. Like I said, Pa's a great guy. I'm not saying, I hope, you know, you're not taking this as negative talk because I have a lot of respect for him. It's just something that, you know, I really don't watch that often. You can learn a lot from him. I'll tell you another thing that he did for me, which I thought was like extremely cool. I have mentioned a few times that I know nothing about DDOs and DDRs. Zero. And he sent me a 1973 and a 1974 DDO because I told him that I was going to go on eBay and buy one of each just so I knew what to look for. And he's like, you don't need to buy it, I'll just send it to you. And he said that like those coins go for anywhere from like $10 to $20 on eBay. You know, I don't know if that's true or not. I looked it up a while ago, but I forget the current prices. But I was like, oh no, I'll give you something for it. I'll trade you something for it, or I'll send you money. He's like, nope. He's like, not having it. He's like, I found a couple the other day in a live stream, and I have them right here on my desk. I'll send them to you, no charge at all. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for watching my live streams. So like I said, he is very generous. Something I meant to do the other day, last night actually, was I wanted to see, I wanted to go to NC Prospector's channel, I wanted to go to Brian Jensen's channel, and I wanted to go to Dad's Spare Change. I already know about you. But I wanted to go to the channels that have been coming in to my live stream, A, to make sure that I'm still subbed, because you know that game. You're subbed one day and then YouTube, you know, takes your subscription away, and then you're like, hey, this guy's not even subbed to my channel. So I think I'm subbed to all of your channels, but I also wanted to, you know, pay respect back to you guys and check out what content you're putting out. Because, listen, I'm sure you got, you know, plenty of things to do, but here you are with me, so I appreciate it. We have a little bit smaller crowd today in the chat, but you know what? I appreciate anyone that gives me a few minutes of their time. All right, nothing in there. We'll search a couple more and hopefully we'll get, you know, some better results. Sorry, Brian Johnson. Could not add to your wallet, my friend. Let's see, how we doing? Who is doing the weekly auctions? Thanks for trying. No problem, Brian Johnson. I'll have to check you out. Bo, yep. Brian is the man. Good luck. Hit the like button. Yep. Hopefully we get, I mean, so far I only see you guys and I appreciate it. And like I said, I appreciate anyone who comes in. Hopefully we get double digits. I am looking to get, you know, my goal is always to get 25 likes. I have no way of checking how many likes we have, but I know we're not near that number. Hopefully we get over 10. That would be cool. And the good news for you guys is if we don't, that just means you get more rolls later on. Dad, spare change. What nickel errors do you look for when you go through a box of nickels? That I'm curious to know. I don't look for that speared buffalo. I know some people talk about that. I think it's 2005. I've seen it like in a book. I've never seen it on eBay, and I've never seen it in one of my hunts. So I try to keep things realistic. You know, there's if you get that like what is it? Spare change? What is it? No, Strike It Rich book. I have 2 of them. They talk about some errors in that book, but like A, I don't see them on eBay, and B, I don't see them in my hunts ever. So after a while, I stopped looking for those. It might be too early. So yeah, I thought it might be too early as well, Jersey. The problem is that we were going to go to that baseball game today. Hopefully we still get it in. So I wanted to get this hunt in. I want to try to do a live stream on any day that I don't have a concert. Tomorrow I have a mega concert, a country concert, and hopefully my back holds up because I'm doing physical therapy for it. But yeah, there'll be like 24,000 people at tomorrow night's concert, and I sell beer. For a country show, you know I'm going to be busy. So it should be a good night. Tip-wise, I'm thinking it could be in the neighborhood of $400 to $500 tomorrow night. So that would be sweet. But my back has got to hold up, and my neck has got to hold up. Actually, doing these hunts, my neck feels really like stiff today. I put a little like icy hot on it before, and it doesn't really seem to be helping. So we'll have to address some of those issues. I plan on taking some Advil before I go to work tomorrow. Maybe a back medication, some kind of topical cream like Bengay, Icy Hot, BioFreeze, something along those lines. And also some kind of maybe pill for like back pain or something. Because tomorrow night I have to make it through that concert. There's too much money on the line not to. I'm finishing up, wrapping up the nickels, then might walk to Wells Fargo to dump it. All right, if you do that, Jersey, in this room I have rolled up dimes. I have about 300 in rolled up dimes from another hunt I did the other day. Whoops, what's happening to my picture here? I have to run some errands, no problem. I hope to get back. I appreciate it for stopping in, NC Prospector. If you get the chance, come on in. Again, we'd love to see you. Dad, spare change. Okay, what do we got? We got the 2004 DDO, so I wouldn't know anything about that. The Spirit Bison, yep. The 2021 rotated die, I probably don't check that because I don't check Jefferson heads. Older nickels, 60s and prior, look for full steps. I don't have the eyesight for that or the patience to look at the steps. Mint mark issues plus semi and key dates, do look for them, and of course war nickels. Yep. So the tail end of that I do check for. The full steps, I don't know. I don't know if I understand it enough. I don't know if I have the right magnification. I definitely do not have the proper lighting in this room. The lighting in this room is horrendous. So that's something that I need to address. 1956 Philly. That is really something I need to work on, is the lighting. How's the sound? Want to know about the sound, actually. Full steps on old or nickels can be worth... Yeah, I know they can be worth a lot of money. I do, like, you know, just because I don't look for it doesn't mean I don't know, like, prices on things. Because I do go on eBay and look for, like, I don't know, like RPMs and stuff like that to know a little bit about them. And then I see sometimes people saying, oh, this nickel has full steps, and, you know, you're right, big bucks. You know, I don't even know, to be honest with you, when I'm looking at quarters, nickels, pennies, not so much dimes, you know how people say, oh, that's a BU nickel, or that's a, you know, that's an AU quarter or whatever. I don't know the difference. Like, to me, it looks like a nickel that doesn't have a lot of scratches, so it looks relatively shiny. That's BU. I don't know. I don't have enough confidence to say, oh, this, you know, this Kansas quarter that you need for your collection, it's BU. To me, it's a good-looking quarter. To me, it comes out of a bankroll. You know, to me, it's circulated. Are some circulated coins in better condition than others? Absolutely. Would I be confident enough to say it's BU or AU or, you know, whatever, uncirculated? No, I wouldn't. 1949 out of Philly. So our pile of finds is picking up a little bit. Usually I would say in a box of nickels, I usually find like 20 to 30 finds. Out of those 20 to 30 finds, here, this will give you an idea as to how many nickels I put aside. Those are all from the 40s and 50s so far. We haven't had anything from the 30s, and we don't have any Buffalo nickels, and we don't have any war nickels. So it's just a quick count: 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're up to 13 finds. So that's what's going on there. Once you hit AU and BU, grading is very subjective. Leave it to the experts at that point. Yeah, so yeah, I understand. Oh, thank you. The sounds good. Awesome. At least one thing's working. Yeah, so even like even when like people are doing auctions, right? They're like, oh, this Benjamin Franklin $50 is AU, BU. You know, I'm like, do they really have the expertise? Like, if they don't own a coin shop, do they really know enough to say that it's AU or BU? Sometimes I think they do. Sometimes I think they don't. I myself, I really don't care if a coin is AU or BU, because that just means I got to pay more for it. The chances of me finding an AU or a BU coin, probably not too high. Have I found one before? Yeah, probably I have some in my collection. But you know what? If I were to sell a roll of Benjamin Franklins, let's say, and I'm just going to shoot this price off the top of my head. Let's say a roll of Benjis is going for like $2.25, and I put a tube of Benjis together, 20 Benjamin Franklin $50. I'm going to try to put the best ones I have in the tube for you. Some of them are going to be BU maybe, some are going to be AU, some are going to be just pretty good looking, and some are going to have, you know, scratches and nicks and whatever. But I'm going to give you the best of what I have. Not, you know, some, like I found Walker Magnet. If you were in the stream yesterday, I found him, I think it was a 1945 quarter, silver quarter. But it was dirty. I mean, she was ugly. And I told him, I said, listen, I don't want to send that out to you. I said, I'll send you out something nicer. I said, unless you need it for like a coin album, in which case you can have it, but it sure wasn't pretty. And he's like, no, I don't care. Send me something, whatever you want to send. As long as it's a, you know, silver quarter, We can swap it out. So that's just the way that I kind of do business, because if I was buying something off someone, like a roll of dimes, and they all looked like they're, came from metal detecting finds, I'd kind of be annoyed if the seller wasn't honest with me and said, hey, listen, I got a roll of dimes, but I found them while metal detecting. So some of them are going to be dirty, some of them are going to be clean, some might be polished. Be honest when you make a trade with someone or sell something, because you want that repeat business. Also, you want to feel like you made out in the deal, and you want to feel like the other person got a good deal as well. That's just the way I am. Left out Henning nickels. I don't know about, I've heard the term, but I don't know what a Henning nickel is. I know what a hobo nickel is. Not that I ever found one, but I think they are pretty cool looking. I have heard the term Henning nickel, but I'm not sure what it is. Also, that brings up another question for me. What is everyone's opinion on barber coins? Barber, dimes, I guess? Dimes, quarters, half dollars? What do you think of that older style coin? I'm not too much into them, by the way. The reason why I'm not too much into them is because most of the time they're very worn out, and yeah, I like things that are a little bit newer. That's why when we talk about half dollars, actually, if I had a choice of buying a half dollar and they were all the same price, a Kennedy 64, a Benjamin Franklin, or a Walker, I would probably choose a Benjamin Franklin. The reason being, they're a little bit older than the Kennedys, obviously. But, so the design's a little bit different, but they're not totally like slicked out. I feel like when you get Walkers, they're really cool to find, but a lot of times they're pretty slick as well. And the 64s, I feel like if you were to hunt half dollars, chances are you would find a 64. So chances of finding a Walker or a Benji are they're more rare, so that's why I want to choose a Kennedy. Other people I know would choose a Kennedy because they have the least amount of wear on them. So if they were to sell them to a coin store, they feel like they would make more money selling Kennedys, because I guess a small fraction of the amount of silver on Benjis and Walkers has worn away. So, but I think most coin stores, or at least the ones by us, charge the same amount for 64s, Walkers, and Benjis. So I don't see their argument. The Dad Spare Change, your roll is coming up next. Oh, I did want to see. I just found a 64. I forgot that I was looking for them actually before. I wanted to see a 64D. What do you guys think about the pace of this hunt? Is it still too slow? Because like I check every coin. I probably could go faster. Let's put this one up. So this is what I'm looking at, guys. not looking at anything if I don't hit the button. There we go. So it's 64D, right? Now looking at that, I can't tell anything. But so here's a question, and Dad's Spare Change, I know you know the answer to this one. There's got to be a way. I'm using a digital microscope. There's got to be a way to zoom in on that mint mark more. I don't know how to do it though. The way Pa Spare Time was trying to teach me is like somehow you make the picture smaller and then you stretch out the picture. So I don't really want to like mess things up with the stream, but like picture like a stamp, like the picture of a stamp, right? That size. And then he said, then you like just kind of like stretch the corner out and you make it bigger that way. Is that how you would do it? Let's see. Henning was a man that counterfeited nickels from 1939 to 1953. It's worth looking at on Google and then searching for those as well. How would you know if it was a Henning nickel or not? Brian Jensen, thanks for stopping by, bud. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Or you have to manually adjust your microscope. So with the microscope, I'll show you. I can zoom in a little more. And that is just about as close to it as I can get. The bottom of the scope is just a little bit above the nickel. I can get a little bit closer. That's as close as I can get with my microscope. But I think there's a way that you can stretch out the picture more. But see, like right now, the picture that you're seeing is taking up my entire rectangle. I've devoted 100% of the space for the microscope as is right now. So I'm not sure how to make it a smaller picture and then stretch it out more. Yeah, see, like if I'm looking at this 1964D, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. And when I do think I see things, you know, out of the ordinary, people are like, nope, that's just damage. Nope, that's just machine doubling. So I usually don't spend too much time looking at things like that. It would be cool to know about them though, because like I think RPMs is something that I could really get into. All right, Dad Spare Change, this roll is for you. Let's go back to the corn mat. So I'm just going to be kind of, I don't know, I'm going to be kind of honest with myself and thinking that this live stream is not as good as yesterday's as far as being interesting go. Like, we're not really finding too much. We're not really talking about errors so much. It's just like me finding some stuff from the 40s and 50s so far that more or less doesn't have any significant value. You know, I think it's important not to do the same denomination all the time though. Like if I wanted to, I could have gone out to a bank today and gotten another box of quarters, but I don't know, I just felt like doing something different. But it doesn't seem to be drawing any attention today. Yesterday we had maybe like a steady 10 to 15 people in stream, and today not so much. Just wondering what you all think. It is it's only 1:30 on the Eastern Standard Time, so that means it's what, 10:30 on the west side, on the west coast. So I get that too. I don't have slots and things like that to keep people occupied, so I get that. But yeah. The thing is too, I don't mind giving stuff away, but I don't want to be a stream that people only come to get like free roll searched. And once their roll is searched, and I'm not saying this about Brian Jensen because, you know, he just said he had to go. I'm not saying this about him at all. But I don't want people to pop in, get their roll searched, and be like, okay, thanks, bye. I don't want to be that way. I would rather like reward the people who are here for the entire stream and like do something almost unannounced. You know, maybe on the 40th roll, all of a sudden I do a giveaway, and I don't make an announcement that there's going to be a giveaway at, you know, roll 40, but the people who have been here or just happen to time it right get rewarded. Now, I'm also not saying that I don't pop into other streams and catch a giveaway right when it's happening. That does happen from time to time, but you know, there's some people that just come to channels for giveaways, and that's fine. I guess technically they're giving me watch time, but I'd rather reward the people who are with me, you know, day after day, or at least comment on my videos, or, you know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying. And I get it, you know, I don't ask for donations, you know. Will I ever do that? I don't think so. If people want to donate something, that's up to them, you know, or if people want to, you know, make me an offer on something I find, that's up to them. But I don't think I'm going to, you know, do boxes or rolls and be like, hey, it's, you know, $2 a roll for like quarters or something. I don't think I'm going to do that. And guys, by the way, I know, you know, Dad's Spare Change, maybe you're the only one still in the stream because I hear Jersey Silver Stacker doing his thing in his room. Please don't feel obligated to, like, you know, be here, you know, and say, oh, I can't leave this guy, I'm the only one. If you got things to do, that's cool. I'm not offended. I'm still going to search the box, so, you know, it's all good. I appreciate you, you know, being with me, you know, today and a couple, you know, days so far. So we all have things to do. That's my point. A little bit more than halfway done with the box. There we go. Let's see what half of the box is hotter, the first half or the second half. Yeah, it was actually my younger son who said, Dad, I think like some people like just come to your stream because you're doing like free roll searches. And I'm like, you know, I don't mind doing free roll searches. That's fine, but like I'm not gonna do, like the other day Jersey Silver Stacker did a box of quarters and I think he gave like every roll he gave out. I'm not gonna do that because I think that's doing too much. Oh, here's a, what is this? Let's put this up. Put this up. We have a fishy. 5 cents, if memory serves me right. Bermuda. Bermuda, there you go. So my tropical vacation is now 5 cents closer. Dad's Spare Change, if you're still there, I do have a question. When you find Canadian pennies and Canadian nickels, do you save them? Because the reason why I ask, I have a whole bucket, well, not a whole bucket, that would be an overstatement. I have a decent amount. I'm going to say maybe 500 Canadian cents, and then probably another 200 Canadian nickels, maybe 300 Canadian nickels. And like, should I hold on to them, or like, is it worth holding on to? I know they don't make the penny anymore, or the cent, or however you want to discuss it. But just was wondering, because sometimes I rewrap them. Like if they're shiny ones, I just rewrap them. But if they're older Canadian pennies, I save them. That's kind of how I do it. I'm working and watching, enjoying the time. Thanks, Dad, Spare Change. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're not working too hard. The one great thing about being in education is that I do get my summers off, but I generally work 2 jobs during the summer. I bartend at concerts, and then when the concert is over, I'm part of a sustainability team that does recycling for the arena. So tomorrow, for example, I have to be at work at 4 in the afternoon, and I probably won't get home until maybe, I'm going to say 5 o'clock the following morning. So it's going to be a long day. But I've worked with a bunch of great people, and we keep things light. Should be a good day, tip-wise. Garbage-wise, it's going to be a tough day doing the recycling, especially if it rains, because we are not covered where we do the recycling. So we could get poured on, which would make the job a little tougher. But you know what? We make the best of it. Have you ever found a Henning nickel, Dad, Spare Change? I have a question about that. Okay. Also, do you have any idea as to how to do a live stream like we're doing today, but say, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, as opposed to, hey, I got up, I'm ready to do a live stream, and you go on live right then and there. Because that's basically how I did it today. 4, 8, 12, 16, 21 rolls left. I have Canadian coin albums, yep. I fill those and maybe save the best ones and put the rest back. Yep, that makes sense. I had we used to watch Carl's Coins, I think was the name of the channel. And not sure where he lived, but I'm pretty sure he lived in the United States, but I think he lived close to Canada. And so I told him I had like a whole bunch of Canadian cents. And he was like, oh, well, are you doing a coin album? I said, no, I just have kind of like a coffee can and they're all sitting in it. And he's like, dude, I'll like trade you something for them. He's like, they don't make them anymore. I'm like, yeah, I'm aware of that, but I haven't put a coin album together and they're just sitting around. So to clear up some space, he bought, I think, like 500 Canadian cents off me. And I'm like, well, I'm open to trade, so what do you have? He's like, I have a generic silver round. He goes, how about that? So I was like, yeah, that's cool. So he traded me a silver round. And, the shipping to ship 500 Canadian cents was a little pricey. But it was all good. I got a silver round out of the deal, 57D. I think my next live stream, I don't have the box yet, but it's pretty easy for me to get pennies. I think I'm going to do a penny hunt. I like doing penny hunts because we usually find anywhere from like 15 to 25 Wheaties in a box. And generally I do find a few from like, the 20s, the 30s. I usually get a pretty good variety. Sometimes we get lucky and we get one, from the teens or before 1910. But my penny boxes have been pretty solid. I also have a coin sorter for pennies that separates the copper from the zinc. And so I used to save all my copper pennies. I had like 15 boxes of copper pennies. And it was just taking up too much space and too much money was tied up. So slowly but surely, I have been taking some of the 1950 pennies, not 1950, sorry, 1970 pennies back to the bank because they're pretty common. Anything from the 60s and earlier I have kept. I think I kept the 1970s, that year, 1970 as well. But I don't check those pennies for errors. I don't check them for anything. I just, 1973, boom, into the tube it goes. 1976, boom, in the tube it goes. So some of them are in great condition. There's some blazers. Some of them are, circulated condition like you would expect to find in a roll. It's a little bit of everything. I don't really have the patience to go through pennies and look for errors. I know like on the 2009, for example, they have that one penny where Lincoln's reading a book and it has the extra like index finger or something. I don't have the patience to look for that. I think it's probably too common to be worth that much unless it's like, BU condition. And even at that, I just don't think it has that much value. I could be wrong. I don't really look at the prices on penny errors. Indian pennies, they're cool. Have found probably about a dozen of those while doing penny hunts. What kind of, you don't have to answer this, but what kind of work do you do for a living, Dad, Spare Change? Welcome back, Bo Palmer. So far we have not found any war nickels, but I still have confidence that one is just around the corner. Man, this box, come on. It's been a while since I've been skunked on either finding a war nickel or a buffalo nickel in a nickel box. But if this was a box battle, I'd be getting my butt kicked. I mean, we have a decent amount of finds from the, 40s and 50s, but still, I need the big boys to come out. Cost accounting. Oh, okay. My wife is in, I guess you could say she's in the accounting field. She went to Rutgers and got a scholarship to go there. And she passed the CPA exam on the first try, which I thought was pretty impressive. But she really doesn't practice accounting necessarily. She works for a steel trading company and she does more or less the payroll, benefits, that kind of stuff. So more like, what's that, human resources, I guess you could say. Her company just moved to Houston, Texas, and we've been lucky because they wanted us to go, and she said, no, we're not going. And they said, okay, you can work from home. How long that will last, I do not know. They were thinking about doing it 5 years ago, and 5 years ago we were gonna go. But since then we remodeled our house and we just got done remodeling it. We're 5 years older, and I said, no, Texas is nothing against people from Texas, but that's not the state that I want to retire to. So if it had been that they moved to Florida, we probably would have gone. But it's too hot for me. I'm a big guy. I'm 265. So being in Houston would have a new lake. All right, Dad, spare change, because you've been hanging out with me the whole time. Let's see if we can find you a war nickel or a buffalo nickel or something, a little something. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, I gotta get some background music. That's my next step for sure. What kind of music do you guys like? Because, I listen to a wide variety of music, but, I'll play something that everyone likes if I can. I'm limited, I guess, to what YouTube has, but it's funny, we were listening to, I made 2 shorts yesterday. I made a couple, not yesterday, today rather, sorry. And we were picking out like music to play along with the shorts. Some of them are pretty rough. I don't really like rap music, but I like some of the rap songs that they have. Oh, hey, boom. That's what we talk about, spare change. Dad, spare change. Let's go to the scope. Come on, shut this. And boom to that. 1943. Now, let's talk about this coin for a minute, because maybe it's my eyes, but if you look at the bottom loop of that 3, to me, probably it's just damage, but to me it looks like a little something going on with that. Let's look at the mint mark for a minute, and we can come back to that in 2 seconds. Mint mark is Philadelphia. So let's go back to this a minute and tell me what you guys think. Looking at, I can even see a little something that, I don't know, maybe it's my eyes. I definitely see something at the bottom part of the 3, and maybe even a little something at the top of the 3. What do you all think? I just enjoy watching. You're welcome to give this. Hard to tell, yeah, I know. See, and that's what I'm saying. And like, if I took a picture of this and I put it on Walker Magnet's Discord, people would say the same thing. Like, I don't know how to blow it up better than this. But it does, like, if I'm looking at it, it looks like the bottom of that 3, kind of like, I don't know, I'll try to point to it. Kind of like right in there. Looks like something's going on. I would say no, looks normal. Okay, fair enough. Dad, spare change, you let me know if you want that. Send me an email if you do. If not, maybe I'll use it for end of stream or something like that. If not today, maybe another day, who knows. Usually what I'm going to do, just so you guys know, I probably should have said this in the beginning of the stream, is if it's only like, 10 people or less, I'd probably be more inclined to do like rolls for people during the hunt than I would in EOS, because it's like, you're doing an EOS for 10 people. I don't know. If those 10 people were with me the entire time, absolutely. And Bo, I'm not saying this because you came back. I appreciate you coming back, by the way. like I said, people got things to do. But like if it's only like 3 people in the stream, kind of like doing an EOS doesn't make sense to me. Hope you guys understand that. But that just means the next time I do an EOS, it would be even better, because I truly believe in rewarding people, you know, that support me. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Let's go back to the coin mat. Okay. Like I said, I know it's Friday, it's the weekend. Some people, like Bionic Bull, she's Jersey Silver Stacker's girlfriend. She's at our house a lot, which I'm happy about, because she's very helpful around the house. We get along great. She's got a great relationship with him, a great relationship with my wife and myself. Going to the baseball game with her later. But where was I going with this? I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, anyway, it'll come back to me. Well, it's good to have some silver on the board. That is one of the things that I talked about earlier in the stream. I want to be able to put like a little scrolling banner like on the bottom saying that, hey, we found silver, or, you know, this year's silver count is up to, you know, that was the 23rd war nickel that we found, etc., etc. I have thought a little more about my 900 giveaway that's coming up. There could be a video coming up pretty shortly about the prizes. So tell me if you guys agree with this. We all like to win giveaways, okay? And we all like to win nice giveaways. But it almost seems to me like some channels are like giving away like way too much to get subscribers, you know? I mean, I see some crazy giveaway prizes, and Jersey Silver Stacker is one of them. He gives away some pretty nice things. To me, I don't want to be a channel that has to like bribe people to subscribe. You subscribe to my channel because you like what I'm doing, or, you know, we have good chats or whatever, great. You don't subscribe, that's your, you know, that's your right. There's other people that you can subscribe to that are way better than me. I get it. I'm not offended. But I don't want to like be, oh, I'm giving away, you know, platinum today because I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's just a number to me. Would it be nice to get to 1,000? Sure. It'd be nice to get to 900. But I'll give away, you know, a decent prize, what I think is a decent prize, but I'm not giving away, like, you know, my life savings. You know, some channels, Pawspare Time, he gives away some crazy prizes. I mean, you know, hey, if you got the money, or, you know, he has a lot of subscribers, you know, maybe, you know, whatever his deal is, if you can do it, fantastic. I can't really do that. I got 2 kids in college. 55D. I do get paid during the summer because I told you I have 2 jobs, but it's not my teacher salary. So summers are a little leaner. It's time to hustle during the summer, and that is what I've tried to teach both of my boys, is when you're not in college, and like when it's school time, it's school time. That's your full-time job. Get A's, that is your full-time job to get the best grade you can. But during the summer, if you're not taking classes, get your butt up and get to work. You know, you choose how you want to make your money. You want to make it on YouTube? Fine. You want to work at the movie theater? Whatever you want to do? Fine. You want to do an internship? That's great too. Do something that makes you happy, but don't be laying around in bed all day, because nothing makes me more mad than people just laying around. Life is too short. 1952, Philly. So I know Dad Spare Change said that he's, working and kind of listening at the same time, and still doing a great job, keeping up with the chat once in a while with me, and I appreciate that. NC Prospectors is back. Cool. Bo Palmer. Do you guys want me to show you like these finds as I find them, or if it's nothing special, just keep going with the hunt? Because I know, I don't want to show you every find from the 1950s. We know what a 1957 nickel looks like. It's not that exciting to me. Do I keep them? Yes, because I do make a roll of 1957P, 1957D. I do that, but do I think you have to show everyone that you find? No, not necessarily. '77, 2000, 1985. Bo Palmer, this next roll is yours, my friend. So if I were to say what my favorite music would be, I'd probably say country music. I like classic rock too. It'd be classic rock or country, depending what kind of mood I'm in. And I don't mean that twangy country music, and I don't mean that pop country music either. So a good example of what I listen to would be Zac Brown Band, or Eric Church, Dierks Bentley, stuff like that. Not like the Taylor Swift. I consider her more pop than anything else, and not like Conway Twitty. That's more twangy. So that's kind of what I listen to. What do you guys listen to? The Pizza Guy. Hey, Pizza Guy, I have a question for you. Next Thursday, I was on Sir Benji's stream yesterday, and we were doing a nickel hunt, nickel box battle, and we were trying to get a third person. Do you have any interest? I know you reached out to me about a month ago, maybe a little longer, saying that you wanted the box battle. We were talking about it, and he said, yeah, next Thursday at 1 o'clock we're doing it. So, that's Eastern Standard Time, by the way. So if you want to join us, I will get in touch with Sir Benji and let him know. Cool. The list of the document when it's ready. Cool. Also, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be probably Sunday I'll get around to it, is I'm going to make up a list of wheat pennies that I need and nickels that I need. I don't think I need too many nickels though. And I'm going to post it on my videos, during the description, I guess, part of it. And maybe we can help each other build our collections, because I think that would be pretty cool. 51D, so nothing exciting there. 60. That's really what I'm looking forward to doing. Is I'm working on a coin album for myself with the nickels, which is like 95% done, I think. And again, I said 95% done from 1938 to 1959. I'm going to put one together for my two sons as well. And after that, I have a couple extra albums, and I might put them together and just either, use it as a giveaway prize, or, once in a while they do those community boxes where everyone puts in a prize. I might put it in there. 1954 Philly, by the way, on that last one. Okay, NC Prospector. This one's for you, bud. What's up?
Just letting you know, baseball game is still on, and they still plan on doing fireworks.
That's cool. Yeah, it didn't rain enough to cancel the game yet.
Also, we have to stop off at Nichols' house for ponchos just in case.
Okay. So far we have found one more nickel. I would like to think there's at least one more major find in this, but maybe not. Oh, I should put that. That was a 1947 S. So I'll put that up here for a minute. If you're interested in that 1947, who is this for? NC Prospector, right? If you're interested in that 1947 S and you need it for your collection, let me know. If not, that's, oh, Jesus Christmas. My phone never rings. Turn to my, oh. Hey, can I give you a call back in an hour?
Oh, yeah, sure, Hobby.
All right, thanks, bud.
Yeah, no problem.
My phone never rings, and while I live stream, it rings. I'm not one of those people that are attached to my phone. Like, I usually don't even have it in the same room that I'm at. I get home from school, I put it on my dresser, look at it like maybe one time before dinner, and then probably no more after that. So if you want that 1947 S, which I should probably show you, here it was. Boom, boom, boom. 1947, that kind of gives you an idea as to the condition of it. And there's the mint mark, 1947S. If you want that NC Prospector, let me know. If not, I'll keep it, put it towards the fines for today. And, like I said before, I don't know if you were here, NC Prospector. I think you were here when I said it. Because there's a few people today, I probably won't be doing an EOS, but next time I do an EOS, it will just make the next EOS a little better. I might not even use it. I probably wouldn't use a 1947S as an EOS prize, but I'll keep in mind that, okay, you did a nickel search today, you didn't do an EOS, so the next time I do an EOS, it will be just one step up. You know what I'm saying? Stick it in my wallet. You got it. You got it. 1947 S. All right. Put that off to the side for you, my friend. Oh, we do have a dark coin in this roll. We'll see if it's anything to get excited about. So just a word on wallets, for example. If it's like a 1947S, not a key date, not a semi-key date, I'm not gonna like flip it up or anything. That to me doesn't make sense. It'll probably just go in like some kind of plastic bag or something. And if you have a few of those coins and they, you know, rub up against each other in shipping, it's not a big deal because they don't have any like real value. If I found something like, I don't know, like whatever, if we were searching $50 and I found you a Benjamin, yeah, absolutely, I'll flip it up for you. That makes sense. But something that has like little value, why waste a flip? That's my opinion. If it's a key date, of course, flip it up. Semi-key date, I'd probably still flip it up. But just a common date doesn't make sense. Hope everyone's in agreement with that. The pizza guy says, stop, stop, stop.
Change camera.
Oh. Thanks, bud. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, sticking my wallet. Sir Benji and I are in the same state. Yeah, I know. You guys are both in Michigan, right? Yeah. Jersey Silver Stacker said, that's the $50 call. Nope. It wasn't the bank. Here we did in 1943. Yeah. Yep. Coin Junkie AG. Thanks for coming in, bud. Appreciate it. Sorry if I missed you earlier. Also, is it PA Patriot Prospecting, or is it? Yeah, or is it PA Patriot Prospecting? Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We are almost at the kind of like tail end of it. Put the list on Community tab and tell people in your video. Good idea. Thank you, Pizza Guy. I will do that. I'm in. I'll go to the bank now. That's awesome. We will be glad to have a third person. I think the way we're going to do it. Hi, Jake Thompson. How are you? I think what we're going to do, kind of like how we did it with Cherie Ward, is after every 10 rolls, whoever loses the round has to put up a prize. You know, not a major prize. Something worth, you know, a couple bucks maybe. $1, $2, whatever. We'll work it out. Hopefully I don't lose. But if I do, it's cool. Let's see what we got. Kind of messed this roll up a little bit. In yesterday's stream, I have a question. Maybe someone remembers. Someone was talking about like a good penny video that they had up, that they found a bunch of wheat pennies or something. Do you guys remember who that was? Because I went to watch it last night, and the person who I thought it wasn't them. I'm going to the CoinScope for a minute to check this one out. I can't really see it too good. $1964, okay. Yeah, so someone said they had an awesome penny video, and I was in the mood to watch penny videos this morning and last night, and I couldn't find it. So my memory probably thought it was someone else, and when I went to their channel, I was like, I don't see it. Penny videos are probably my favorite kind of video to watch though. I guess $50 too, to a certain point, but like there's so many people that search $50. I like pennies better, I think. All right. Let's see. cool. I have separate cups for 30s, 40s, and 50s. Yeah. Pizza. Don't buy bags. Reports. No. I heard that, Jake Thompson. I heard that some boxes say, yeah, this box has already had the silver removed. Thank goodness we haven't seen any of those in New Jersey. Coin Quester? What's Coin Quester mean? We don't do Loomis, we get Brinks. Yes, we do get Brinks for the most part. Although we are looking to do business with other banks, ideally what I want to do is I want to buy the bags from, by us we have Valley Bank. And they have a coin counting machine in their banks, and the coins collect in bags. So I want to buy those bags directly from the bank. And I have been able to buy a couple of them, but we're kind of put on hold for now. Oh, let's see guys, I saw this one. I didn't see the mint mark though. Let's look together. So here's a 1939, probably Philadelphia. Let's find out together. Philadelphia. Wah, wah. We wanted a mint mark. We didn't get it. Still pretty cool to see a 1939 though. I think I have almost a tube of those. So I don't get like overly excited about a 1939. But it is 2 years away from being a Buffalo nickel. What was that? Huh. I thought it was a 1939 again. So what's everyone's plans for the weekend? Anything good happening? I know I'm working Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be a recovery day for me because I'm rolling in pretty early Sunday morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Getting a few hours of sleep, going to church, hopefully having a nice Sunday lunch / dinner, and then just vegging out. Probably watch some YouTube, catch up on some TV shows, that sort of thing. Again, the weather's supposed to be rainy, so can't even like barbecue or anything like that. Please put the reverse of the 1939 on the screen. Sure, I could do that. I could do that. So here we go. Just to show everyone, that was the 1939. Here's the reverse. What are we looking at? Can't really make out any stairs. No mint mark. Are we looking for doubling? Look for a hole in the bottom left leg of the R in pluribus. Okay. Let's see. Look for a hole in the bottom of the left leg in the R in I don't see a hole. Well, we should leave house around 4:30. 4:30 sounds way too early. I think the game starts at 7. Oh, is that how you tell if it's a Henning nickel or not? Seven rolls left, guys, just so we know. Oh, good to know. Thank you for that little tidbit of information. Let's go back to the coin mat. I did not know that. And now I'm going to have to go and check all my 1939s in the tube and see if I have one. Not going to do that with you guys because that would like, just bore the heck out of all of us probably, but 1940. So it looks like we're right on pace with what I expected out of this box. About 20 to 30 finds. We have not found a Buffalo nickel, but we did find a war nickel. Do I think we have a chance of finding one more major find? Yeah, I do. I do. I don't even think I'm being optimistic. I think I kind of expect it almost. It's just it's going to come late. Better late than never. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you have not had a roll searched for you yet. Learning more every day. That's it. And see, I try to learn something new every day. Also, herrings weigh about 4.4 grams versus 4 on the right. Oh, interesting. Wow, that's interesting. Dad, spare change. Do you have a scale that you like use to weigh things that you're happy with? I have a scale, but I'm not happy with it. It's kind of like, you know, probably cost me like $5 on Amazon. I'm going to check all my 39s when I get home. Yeah, I have a decent amount of 39s. So can it be on the Philly-Denver? You know, does it matter what the mint mark is on the 39? You have a scale that you're happy with, Dad, spare change? Like, I have one that's just a small, square, you know, I don't know, $4.99 Amazon special. Nothing exciting. All right, NC Prospectors, thanks for stopping in again, my friend. I'm glad we could get you something for your wallet. Just send me an email if you would, just to remind me. I did put it off to the side, but I have night coins all over this room, and sometimes things get mixed up. So I will try to remember to just bring it over to your other item, but sometimes I get distracted. Your best bet is when you win something on this channel is to always email me so I have something to go back to and just check. Because I will not go back through the entire live stream and try to find it. Once I get a little more organized, I'll have like sticky notes and just like attach a sticky note like to it or something, but I don't have them right by me. If you guys had a vote, what would you have me search next? Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. I'm going to leave half dollars out of it for now because Jersey Silver Stacker usually searches our half dollars. And he has different tiers that he does with it. If you're not familiar with those tiers, you might want to give him a look. Some pretty good prizes he offers up as a reward for your donations. But I can pretty much get pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters. 5 rolls left. Oh, okay, wait. Henning only P, 1939. 1946, 47, and 53 with holes in the R. War nickel is missing mint mark. Henning nickels weigh about 5.4. Oh, okay. So let me see if I understand this. I understand the part about the 1939 P. Are you saying Henning nickels can also be 1946, 47, and 53 with a hole in the R? Because if that's the case, I have a lot of nickels to search. Because those years, I have like probably 3 rolls worth of each. Yes, okay. That's good to know. Good to know. That means in 1947 alone, I probably have over 200 nickels to look at. Now, are those just the P mints on those years? Dad Spare Change, if you're still listening, I have a question about hunting dimes. When you hunt dimes, do you edge hunt? Do you use a jewelry loop? Or are your eyes good enough to be able to see the dates? How do you hunt them? Because the way I did them last night was I edge hunted, and then I made like a pile of like 30 dimes on my coin mat, and then I would open a roll and just drop the dimes on that pile and like listen for the clink, clink, and if it made like that silver sound, then I knew I had something. If not, I wasn't looking at all those dates, which I know I'll never find a 1996 W dime that way, but it saves a lot of time. Use overhead lamp. Oh, okay. Oh, you know, I know what you're talking about, by the way, with the overhead lamp and the magnifying lens. I believe I have it. I believe I have one because my brother-in-law was searching coins for a little bit. I got him into it. He stuck with it for a couple months, and I guess he lost interest. But he actually sent me something. I think it was from Harbor Freight. And it has a clamp that clamps onto the table. Like I said, my table, it has a little trouble clamping onto because the sides of the table are kind of thick. But yeah, it had a magnifying glass that you kind of look through. And he swore by it. I didn't care for it. It wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't comfortable for me to use, but I think I'm pretty sure know what you're talking about. I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to you because I still have the box and see if we're talking about the same thing. I am hungry. Oh, here's a Canadian, our friend from Canada has just made an appearance. Come on. There we go. A 1998 Beaver. So that's something like I would usually re-roll, right? It's not old. It's, you know, nothing of importance to me. I don't have a Canadian nickel album, and even if I did, I don't think a 1998 would be that hard to find. So I'd probably just re-roll it and give it back to the bank. They gave it to me. I didn't ask for it, so I'll give it back to them. But I probably do have, like I said earlier, 300 of those in a jar. Not necessarily that date, but, you know, various dates. What about the 2009 nickels? Collect them or throw them back? I know they're supposed to be low mintage and all that. I think I have a couple rolls in my coin closet that I collected like earlier on, and I don't know, I don't see the value on them. I think I'm just gonna toss them back into the bank. If I sold on eBay, it might be different, but I don't, because I think the fees on eBay are just like way too high, you know. So by the time you pay your listing fee and your selling fee and fee, what are you gonna make? You know, you take time to take the pictures and all that, you don't make any money. I mean, some people make money, yeah, if you have like hundreds and hundreds of auctions going off, and they're not all like for $1, $2, $3. But it's something I used to do actually when Beanie Babies were a thing. I used to, you know, collect and resell Beanie Babies. But ever since they kind of like went out of style, I kind of lost interest in doing it. I used to do it with baseball cards too. I used to have an awesome baseball card collection. It dated back to the mid-60s. But lost interest in doing that, sold it off. Wish I had some of those cards now though. All right, we are nearing the end. 2 rolls left. Last chance. If anyone's out there lurking and you haven't had a roll, now is the time to speak up. Will we have any luck in the last 2? Keep only if in excellent condition. Right. I hear that. Please see email pictures. We'll do that as well. We'll do that as well. Because, man, I would love to be able to give you guys a better video, a better stream. I think a lot of people like have good ideas, but they don't want to like hurt people's feelings. Hey, you know, your picture kind of stinks. You could do this instead. You know, I'm okay. I'm a big boy. Let's go to the scope a minute. Hey, get off this. Go to the scope. Because we have a 1939, our second one of the hunt. Flip it over. Philadelphia. Hey, Papa Smurf, how you doing, bud? Glad you could pop in. If you want Papa Smurf, I have 1 roll left. It could be yours. Just put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to roll search. Costs you absolutely nothing. The way we do it is if it's silver, if it's a buffalo nickel, or if it's a key date, it is yours. If it's just a common date, like, you know, earlier I found a 1947, you know, for NC Prospector, and he wanted it. I mean, to me, it's like 10 cents. But if you want it, I guess. But I'm not going to do from the 50s. I'm not going to do it from the 50s unless it is a 1950. I don't want to have 200 wallets out there for 10-cent coins. I mail out in every 3 weeks. So the first time that I'll be mailing out, because I just started streaming the other day, is mid-July. I will be mailing out. Last roll. Do I see a 1? Papa, you want it? Let me know. Let me know if you want it. Alright, I don't see anything. Let's see. Let's see if we hit the jackpot on the last roll. Do we have last roll magic? Found one war nickel today, two from 1939. This one that I just picked up is a 1957. Not seeing anything that's exciting. My stomach is growling, so it must mean it's lunchtime. Alright, that does it for today's hunt. Nothing in that roll, unfortunately. We did have one war nickel that dad's spare change. It was in his roll. So, oh, sorry guys. Sorry. We had one war nickel today. Dad's spare change his roll. So, dad's spare change, if you want that, just do me a favor, send me an email so I can keep track of things, and I'll get it out to you. I appreciate everyone that stopped in, even if you only were here for a couple minutes, Papa Smurf. Oh, Papa Smurf, you did put a 1 in. Well, unfortunately, we still didn't find anything. But we do this every hunt. My plan is to do a few free rolls for people. And, when we do quarter hunts, I'm probably going to do every 10th roll will be for someone. So 5 people will be selected. And usually how I do it is based on who's in the chat first, they get the first roll, etc., etc. In today's stream, there was only a few people, so I was able to do a few rolls for different people. I don't mind giving things away. I just don't want to be one of those channels where people only come to get free rolls, if you can understand that. Just counting up the finds real quick, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29. Couple foreign coins, war nickel. We'll call it 30 finds for the hunt, which is a pretty good box. We didn't get skunked on silver. We didn't get any buffalo nickels this time. But like I said, there's always next time. I appreciate you guys. If you were here for the whole time, like Dad's spare change, really appreciate the chat. Learned some things from you today, and I always, happy to do that. If you're only here for a couple minutes, like Papa Smurf, that was a few minutes that, I had with you. I value those minutes as well. I'll catch you guys at my next stream, which will probably be Sunday, because tomorrow I have a concert, so I'm going to take the day off from YouTube streaming. I might have a short or two that I put up either later today or tomorrow. So if you would do me a favor, check that out. If you haven't subscribed, please do that as well. I'm trying to reach 900 subs. Thank you.